Hello folks, Samsung has often created television commercials for its handset that take a shot at Apple. The first such spot from 2011 made fun of iPhone fans waiting in a long line to purchase the iPhone 4S. This is the ad that starts with someone in the line saying
9 hours down and we're almost in the door.
Talk among those waiting to buy the next iPhone turns to the battery.
Blogs are saying the battery looks sketchy.
Suddenly, the crowd spots a bystander holding the Samsung Galaxy S2 with its 4.3-inch described as massive.
Check out this screen, this thing is huge.
It's pretty massive.
And with its 4G support, a barista waiting on the line calls it magnificent.
It's magnificent.
Speaking of the barista, he came the first and only breakout star from the spot. His line, "I could never get a Samsung, I'm creative," followed by his friend's response, "Dude, you're a barista," was such a great put-down line that Samsung featured the barista in other ads and even ran a contest that gave away phones and "Dude, you are barista" t-shirts.
I could never get a Samsung. I'm creative.
Dude, you're a barista.
In 2014, years before the iPhone 13 Pro Max became the battery life champion that it is, Samsung called iPhone users wall huggers in a hilarious ad that depicted several of them at an airport desperate to find an outlet to plug in their devices. Perhaps the Samsung ad with the most direct comparison between the iPhone and Galaxy phones was a spot well done by Samsung in 2017 that showed a young man buying an iPhone in 2007, and as the years went by he would upgrade to the next iPhone every so often. He eventually meets a girl who owns a Galaxy Note, and despite this mixed relationship, love blooms. Eventually, the guy thinks that the grass is greener on the other side and switches to the Galaxy Note 8. And of course, there was the series of ingenious ads created by Samsung that showed a portrayal of a fictitious Apple genius at a fictitious Apple store, as he helped customers who always seemed to ask about a feature found on Sammy's handsets but not on the iPhone. And all of this takes us to today's new ad created by Samsung for the Galaxy S22 Ultra and the Galaxy Flip 4. In the style used for upcoming movie trailers, the ad starts with the announcer stating,
"Buckle up for Apple's latest launch as you enter a world where heads will turn, just not in your direction."
The 30-second spot then goes on to tell iPhone users that the highest resolution camera on a smartphone will be in another person's pocket, and the 100x space zoom photo that is cornering all the likes on social media platforms won't be used. Why? Cause this innovation is not coming to an iPhone near you, it's already here in the Galaxy. So Samsung adds another notch on its advertising belt as it once again takes Apple down while promoting its own devices. Interestingly, we thought a new, softer Samsung had been created when back in 2019 the company removed from its social media accounts all of the ads that mocked or trolled Apple. But here we are again, just 3 years later, and the rivalry continues to be played out on national television. The sad thing is that Apple considers itself above the fray, and so it won't respond to Samsung by calling out the South Korean firm. Although it's still worth noting that they did commercials that say if you don't have an iPhone blah blah blah.
If you don't have an iPhone, well, you don't have an iPhone.
It's always entertaining when two companies slugging it out in the marketplace take that competition to the airwaves. We've seen Samsung brilliantly take the weaknesses of the iPhone and turn them into funny and memorable ads. Apple is expected to introduce the iPhone 14 series on September 7th. Samsung's next flagship will be released later, early next year, so stay on the channel, we will keep you updated about everything. Thanks for watching and see you soon.